The Chicago Bears have found themselves at the center of a contract storm, and it's all revolving around their standout cornerback, Jaylon Johnson. Known for his consistency, discipline, and leadership, Johnson is once again making headlines, not for his defensive prowess on the field this time, but due to escalating contract tensions following a significant shift in the NFL cornerback market. Jaylon Johnson has played a pivotal role in transforming the Bears' defense. Over the past 2 seasons, he's become a household name among Bears fans and a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks. With 6 interceptions, 18 pass deflections, and a growing reputation as a lockdown defender, Johnson has proven himself among the elite. In 2023, he posted 4 interceptions and 10 pass deflections, incredible numbers considering he was targeted just 53 times and allowed only 32 receptions for 448 yards and 2 touchdowns. His ball hawk rate climbed to 17.5% that year, a metric that places him among the NFL's most feared defensive backs. Yet, despite all these accomplishments, ESPN's Jeremy Fowler reported that NFL executives, coaches, and scouts ranked Johnson as only the 8th best cornerback in the league. That ranking has caused some serious friction. Johnson, who signed a 4-year, $76 million deal last year with $51.4 million guaranteed, is beginning to feel undervalued, especially after Sauce Gardner of the New York Jets inked a historic deal worth $120.4 million over 4 years, averaging $30.1 million per season. Johnson has responded. In recent interviews, he openly voiced his intentions to revisit contract discussions with Bears general manager Ryan Poles. He was clear and candid. The market has changed, and he believes it's time for the Bears to adjust his deal accordingly. He stated, "Just seeing a lot of the other corners getting paid, I almost feel like we might have another discussion soon." He added that he wants to remain focused on the field and continue proving himself, but hinted strongly that a sit-down with Poles is coming sooner rather than later. And it makes sense. His performance and the numbers back him up. It's worth remembering that Johnson is still only 1 year into his current deal, which has 3 seasons left. But after watching Gardner's massive payday, Johnson clearly feels that his contract no longer reflects his market value. The question now becomes, will the Bears renegotiate, or will they stand firm? Before we dive deeper into this contract drama, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss an update on your Chicago Bears. Let's move on to the next big development. The NFL world was rocked earlier this week when Tom Pelissero reported that New York Jets cornerback Sauce Gardner had agreed to a groundbreaking 4-year, $120.4 million extension. That deal made Gardner the highest-paid corner in the league, with a jaw-dropping $30.1 million per year. Naturally, this development sent shockwaves through locker rooms across the league, especially in Chicago. Jaylon Johnson, still fresh off a strong season and sitting on a $76 million contract, couldn't ignore the implications. Both Johnson and Gardner have posted similar numbers in terms of interceptions, pass breakups, and tackles. Statistically, Johnson even edges out Gardner in forced fumbles and fumble recoveries. The glaring disparity in their contracts now feels unjustifiable from Johnson's perspective. To break it down, Johnson has played 1 year under his current deal, and the Bears are on the hook for over $60 million more across the next 3 seasons. While Gardner secured $60 million guaranteed in his new deal, Johnson is only making slightly less in guaranteed money but substantially less in annual salary. And that's not the only concern. As Johnson sees it, he's being asked to lead the defense, serve as a captain, and lock down top receivers week after week, all while being paid as the 13th highest cornerback in the NFL. The numbers speak volumes, but apparently they aren't loud enough for league evaluators and analysts. It's a tricky situation for Bears general manager Ryan Poles. Johnson's current contract already accounts for nearly $20 million annually. The Bears still need to spread their cap space around to keep the roster competitive. With just over $13 million in available cap room, there isn't much financial flexibility. Polls must weigh Johnson's demands against the long-term health of the team's payroll. Of course, Johnson's timing is both strategic and bold. He knows that his leverage increases the more he performs. He's publicly stated that he's aiming for 10 turnovers this season. Should he deliver on that promise, the Bears will have no choice but to revisit the contract table, especially if he earns All-Pro honors again. But here's the counterpoint. Jaylon Johnson is being paid a lot already. At $19.1 million this year alone, he is one of the highest paid players on the roster. Some in the front office might argue that he's already being compensated fairly, especially with 3 years left on his deal. Still, NFL markets evolve quickly. What looked like a fair deal a year ago might feel outdated today. Gardner's deal has redefined expectations for elite corners, and Johnson is merely reacting to that shift. Whether the Bears respond in kind remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, the pressure is building. The Bears now find themselves at a delicate crossroads. Jaylon Johnson is not just any player, he's the face of the defense and a critical part of Chicago's resurgence. With young talent on both sides of the ball and a new coaching philosophy being implemented, stability and trust are more important than ever. If Johnson starts feeling undervalued or disrespected, that could impact team morale and cohesion. This is not to say Johnson is causing problems. On the contrary, he's handled this situation with professionalism and maturity. He hasn't demanded a trade or sat out. Instead, he's expressed his intentions clearly while continuing to prepare for a pivotal season. It's also worth considering the psychology behind his remarks. Johnson sees himself in the same tier as the NFL's best, and when the league ranks him 8th, it feels like a slight. Whether it's accurate or not, those rankings matter to players. They reflect peer and executive perceptions and influence future deals. In the end, Johnson's situation underscores a larger theme within the NFL. Performance, perception, and compensation are often misaligned. Johnson's numbers and impact on the field justify a higher valuation, and he knows it. The Bears' front office, however, must make tough decisions to balance salary cap constraints with player satisfaction. From a team-building perspective, the smart move might be to include performance-based bonuses or restructure Johnson's deal to reflect market shifts without overcommitting. Doing so would not only keep Johnson content, but also send a message to the locker room that top-tier performance is recognized and rewarded in Chicago. As training camp approaches and the 2025 NFL season looms, all eyes will be on Jaylon Johnson. Will he elevate his game to the next level and force the Bears' hand? Or will tension simmer beneath the surface and grow into something more disruptive? One thing is for sure, Jaylon Johnson's 2025 campaign will be about more than just tackles and interceptions. It'll be about value, respect, and legacy. Final thoughts. The Chicago Bears are in a position of strength, but it comes with responsibility. They must manage player expectations while building a competitive team. Jaylon Johnson has earned respect on and off the field, and his concerns are valid. If he continues to perform at an elite level, the Bears should act fast to ensure their defensive cornerstone feels appreciated before another team does. Stay locked in for more news, analysis, and updates on your Chicago Bears. Like, subscribe, and tap that bell icon so you don't miss a single update from us. This season is shaping up to be one for the history books, and Jaylon Johnson might just be the headline.